Shem
Hotep, PerAnkh101. Welcome to the PerAnkh here in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. Before we start with anything, as in accordance with our ancestors and the customs and tradition of our ways, we always like to pay respect to that which gives us life, to the powers and forces that sustain us, to our parents, our ancestors, and to those great ones who led the way, showed us the way. So we'd like to begin with praise and thanks to those beings. PerAnkh101. I'd like to give praise and thanks to our great Mother, Father, NebKaRa, and to the great powers of nature, the NebKaRa, and to ShepSu, the great beings of our ancestors, those who lived the way of HmNtchr Sesh. We ask that they guide us and they continue to protect us along the way of Ma'at. We also give thanks and praise to those living elders who have been living the way. They who have been showing us the example and open the way for us to be, and to ourselves, those of us who are going on the path of the way, becoming examples to teach the way, that we may in turn prepare the way for the younger ones. They may in turn prepare the way for the yet unborn, ever completing the eternal circle of life. PerAnkh101. Today we're going to give an introductory overview, what we call a prerequisite for PerAnkh and SmaiTawi classes. PerAnkh is one of the oldest known, historically recorded higher education system known to humanity. If we go and study history of all humanity, whether we study in India, the Middle East, so-called Persia, and those areas, what we call also Polynesia, South America, Central America, the Meridians, and all those other areas, you'll find that there is no recorded higher university older than the PerAnkh. The PerAnkh has been in existence from prehistory because it was initiated based on the traditions that has been handed down by word of mouth and then recorded on the temple walls and papyruses, etc. from the time of Asar, Ast, and Heru. So what we like to do is give you an overview of what the PerAnkh is. We have some HmNtchr writings of our ancestral language. This particular word here says Kemet Newut. And we say Newut because the symbol is there and that identifies a place or a country. So this is Kemet Newut, which means black people or the country of the Kemetu, the people of Kemet. Here, this next symbol we have here is Per Ankh. Per, sort of like the beginning of the word for perimeter, which is the enclosure or a house. And then we have life, house of life. So that's what we have here, house of life. M give us just a preposition saying of. And here we have Smai, the symbol Smai, which is a symbol of the trachea and the lungs, which unites the entire body with the heart. And here we have SmaiTawi, which means the union of the two lands. Tawi means the twin lands. Okay. Right next over here, we have the paradigm that we use presently and today, which comes from the ancient teachings of the PerAnkh. This says Rek. Rek simply means to know, like reckon, to know. Okay, Rek, and then you have the same symbol as the previous one, Kemet Tewu. Okay, Kemet Tewi, which means no Kemetui. Okay, which means the people, black people. No Kemetui, black people. Jesek, Jesek means yourself, and Tepi Nefer means for your highest and greatest potential. This is the entire paradigm upon which we utilize today in our present, because one of the greatest messages that the ancestors left for us is that they told us, and their message is that we must know ourselves. When we deal with the PerAnkh now, we're dealing with not just the human body, we're also going into now what we call the temple. The temples of ancient Kemet were places where each temple always had what we call a PerAnkh annexed to it. And the PerAnkh annexed to it was where the wise ones and the teachers gathered to disseminate the teachings, to guide initiates towards a more spiritual life, or in particular craft, whether it was architecture, engineering, scribal work, warfare, agriculture, engineering, all those areas, astronomy, astrology, animal husbandry, shipbuilding, navigation, all the various arts and sciences needed to conduct and maintain civilization was instructed through the PerAnkh. So the PerAnkh then becomes the house of life, just like the womb is the house of life to a human structure. The PerAnkh in the community is the house of life to birth initiates, to birth the various people needed in the community to take care of the big house of life, which we could call now the community, which can expand into the state and the nation, which can expand all the way into the universe and the cosmos, so that we could say that we all live in this great big house of life of the great creative forces of Great Mother, Father, NebKaRa. The purpose of this entire teachings of the PerAnkh is to show and to demonstrate to humanity that the PerAnkh, the house of life, is the foundation and origin of what we call today higher education. That's your university concept, your college concept, and you'll find that it originates all in Africa, so that the people, the Kemetu, the African people today, can realize that, again, here it is, they're the ones who originate this whole concept of higher education. And at one time, it was people from all over the world coming to their doorsteps and their footsteps to sit, to listen to their lips and tongues of wisdom, to raise them up out of barbarism to civilization, to the arts and sciences of nature.